Well, hello, class, and welcome back. I'm glad to be here. It's been a while. As you know, I took some of the outstanding students in our real estate advanced courses to China with me. And out of the 14 that went along, 4 decided to stay behind, and they wanted to open a Century 21 franchise in Beijing. So we'll see how that goes. Good luck on that. God knows there's enough people over there to help out. Hey, today we got a real quick topic I'm going to hit on. It's probably happened to all of you at one time or another. If it hasn't, though, this is for you. Here's the scenario. In our situation, we were representing a client who had moved out of their house. The house was vacant. They found another place, and the house they were selling was vacant. So we put it on the market. We soon got an offer, a good offer, from some, very nice people moving in from outside the area, and they were well qualified, and we were doing their mortgage for them and a number of other. We tied the whole transaction together. It was actually a pretty good deal for everybody. Anyway, make a long story short, these people are extremely well qualified, very, very powerful buyers. Their mortgage application was going along beautifully. We ran into a couple small glitches near the end, which sort of delayed us by maybe a few days. In the meantime, they had vacated their rental that they were living in, and so they wanted to move in early. We're talking about a week or maybe 10 days. Our seller was fine with it. He's a very, very nice fellow. Very, very, actually, husband and wife, both are beautiful people. The buyers were extremely well qualified and also very, very nice people. They were represented by another agent, so my contact with them was sort of on the minimal side, but they seemed like nice people. They certainly were financially very well qualified, and they were very nice people. So it looked like a perfect situation. After all, as they put it, they were homeless, and here's this vacant house, and why not just move in? I think it was like 10 days early. Well, let me tell you why. I'll tell you what doesn't work about that. And it can be the nicest people in the world. It can be Mother Teresa moving in early. But no matter who it is, they're going to bring this with them. That's a hammer. It's a big one. And let me show you how it works. I'll set it here for now. When you're letting somebody move in to your property prior to close of escrow, what you're doing is you're creating a tenancy of some sort. It would be considered a periodic tenancy, till further notice, 10 days or whatever it took. And even if you work out a satisfactory arrangement financially, $50 a day or whatever it comes to, there's one big problem. You've got a buyer in there. It's got one of these in their hand. And what they're going to be doing for the next period of time until the loan papers are drawn and they've been signed and recorded, they're going to be inspecting the house. That's right. They've had a professional inspector. He thought everything was cool. Had a pest inspector. That was cool. Had an appraiser. He thought it was great. Everything was good. They love the house. But now they're going to be living in that house for a week or 10 days. Oh my God. We didn't notice. The clock on the stove doesn't work. And when my husband takes a shower, he turns it on. It doesn't seem to get hot very fast. The air conditioner, it feels weird. It makes a noise. We didn't realize there's a lot of traffic out front. What they're doing, and they could be the nicest people in the world. They're seeing things that concern them because they've been given a daily inspection opportunity of the property. And they're going to be living in there, and they're going to see the little odds and ends and warts that we all encounter when we buy a resale house. It goes with the territory. There's no perfect house. So what they're building is this. They can be nice about it, but that's what they're building. This is a hammer. This is a hammer, and this is your seller. Okay? We really love the house. We want to move forward. We want to record it. But gosh, got some things that need to be fixed. Okay. The clock in the stove will get you a new clock. The water heater is brand new. It shouldn't be a problem. But this goes on and on every single day. The Venetian blinds don't work anymore. The window, the rope on it broke. So what they're doing is they're creating a whole bunch of stuff that they want done, and they're building it into this thing, big hammer, and they're hanging that thing right over your head, your seller's head. We really want the house, but we got to get this stuff fixed. And it gets nastier and nastier and uglier and uglier, and that thing gets closer. Meanwhile, it has not closed escrow. Meanwhile, their loan documents have been drawn up. They're in title, waiting for signatures. Everything's cool. And now your seller is stuck with a whole bunch of stuff he's going to be asked to do, and it's all your fault as an agent because you allowed it to happen. You should never, ever, ever allow that to happen, no matter how well-intentioned everybody involved is. Case number one, the seller says, well, I'll do this and this. I'm just not going to do that. Sorry about the air conditioner. It was tested. It seems to be fine. I'm not going to replace that. Oh, you're not? Okay. Well, we're not going to close. And furthermore, we're going to stay here. And by staying there, what are they doing? They've created a tenancy by moving in as renters. And now they're the beneficiaries of whatever the tenant's rights are in your particular state and of the type of tenancy they have. In this case, it was a periodic tenancy of an undisclosed amount of time, to be determined. Well, there's some situations where they might sit in there for 90 days. Meanwhile, their docs are entitled, they've expired, they're living for free, they're picking this thing apart more and more and more, and you're digging yourself a fantastic ditch for your seller to lie down in, only to be covered up by a backhoe operated by the buyers. So don't let them in there. They can move in when they've closed, and if they have a punch list of additional stuff they want done, once they've closed, they can submit that, but usually it's too late at that point. If you got a real nice seller like I had in this case, he'd go over there and he'd fix a board or paint a fence or help out or whatever because he's a nice guy. So nothing bad came of that. But on the other hand, they did not move in early. We did not allow that. And they were in that house for 1 week. Or was it 2? 2 weeks. After they closed escrow, owned the house, moved in, the heater went out. The heater crapped out. They'd had it inspected. It was fine. Everything was fine. Heater broke. It busted. Now, if they're in there renting, guess who's going to go fix it? Your seller is. Or they're not going to close escrow. That's the implied suggestion. As it was, they owned the house. They're very nice people. They understood these things happen. And they had the foresight to purchase a home warranty plan. So under this scenario, it costs $50 to have a guy come out, evaluate it, submit it to the warranty company, and it's all good. So don't let them move in early. It's a bad thing to do because this will be dangling over your head for a long, long time. So just don't do it. Everybody will get over it. There'll be some hurt feelings at the beginning. There always are. Oh, well, why can't we? We're homeless. We have no... That's true. And as much as you like them, as much as you want to be the nice guy, as much as a natural salesperson, you want to please people. I'm the worst at that. Boy, don't do it. Early move-ins are a drag and a recipe for disaster. Getting back in the fold now, we'll be doing a few more of these things when I feel there's something that's interesting. These are usually things that occur to me during the workday, and the situations we deal with. But it's nice being back from China. Hangao Shing Jian Dao Ni. It's a pleasure knowing you.